Good morning, good afternoon, depending upon where you are, good evening, possibly. Thank you for joining. You might notice that today's topic is called overcoming fear. You interested? Obviously you are, you wouldn't be here. Fear is the greatest thief. Fear steals your dreams and your destiny. Fear makes you hesitate. Fear keeps you limited and stuck. Fear keeps you in inaction versus action. And there's a particular reason, there's a particular driver that causes this fear. We're going to talk about that more in just a moment. But while we're waiting for people to roll in, let me just say a couple of things. If this video touches your heart in a positive way, then please help me, help you, help those you love and care about, and just hit that share button. It's really easy to do. Just hit the share button and share it with your followers, and it'll help me, help you, help those you love and care about. Second thing is, if you're not yet following me on YouTube and this video impacts you in a positive way, then make sure and follow me at James Arthur Ray on YouTube, because we have over 200 videos there about everything you can imagine. And it's free, obviously. Financial improvement, relational improvement, mental barriers, blocks, how to get beyond them, physical health and fitness, how to live to be 100. That's based on research. That's one of the more popular videos on my YouTube channel. Spiritual connectivity and so much more. So just follow on YouTube and hit that share button. Now, let's come back to fear, because fear is probably the most debilitating emotional experience that you can have. And here's a key distinction. Your heart does not experience fear. It's your head. Fear is something that you make up in your head. Okay, the thing that we tend to call fear is something that we experience that we make up in our head, and we get afraid of it. The things that you experience in your body, like a saber-toothed tiger bearing down upon you if you were one of our ancestors, or if you're standing in the middle of the road and a car is barreling down upon you, that's not what we typically call fear. You follow me? This is a key distinction. Now, what causes fear? Here it is. Are you ready? Pay attention. Separation and division cause fear. Now, this is a very appropriate topic in today's world. And here we are today. I know that many of you do not live in the United States, but everything affects everything. So what happens in the United States affects Europe. It affects Sweden. It affects Iran. It affects Iraq, and so on and so forth. You with me on this? We live on one world, one globe, and everything that everyone does. China affects the U.S. The U.S. affects China, so on and so forth. So here we are today, the day that we get the opportunity in the United States of America to vote. And I think you have a responsibility to vote. You don't have an opportunity, you have a responsibility to vote. Even if you think it doesn't matter, you still have a responsibility to do what you have at your disposal to make a difference. So I hope that you have voted. I hope that you will vote. Bersabeh and I have already voted. We voted 2 weeks ago. Now, coming back to fear, and separation and division is what causes fear. There are powers in this world that want us separated. There are powers in this world that want us divided. Why? Because people who are separated and divided are not in their power. They're fragmented. They're not whole. Does that make sense to you? And there's so many examples I can give to you of this. There's black versus white. Well, we got to be at odds because black is different than white. No, I'm sorry, it's not. Yeah, there's some cultural differences and some upbringing differences, but you put either one of us in a good fire, and we all make an ash out of ourselves. We all end up the same way. And there's so much division in this world between the color of our skin. Your skin color is not who you are. I'm sorry. Now let's go to, what about religious division? Well, there's Catholic versus Protestant. There's Christian versus Buddhist. There's LDS versus Methodist. And we are divided. You know, there's all these people on this planet. Christianity is the largest religion on the entire planet. And there's like some 300 or more different types of Christianity. And none of them agree with each other. And every single one of them believes that the other one's going to hell. And so this division and this separation drives fear. Here's a big one. There's Republican and there's Democrat. Whoa, aren't we seeing that one? You know, the Republicans don't give a crap about anybody but the rich, and they don't care about the poor, and they just want them to drive the economy, and that's all they care about. I'm sorry, that's not true. And on the flip side, the Democrats care about the poor, and they care about everybody, and they want unity and fairness for all. Well, I'm sorry, that's not true either. And each one of them is projecting onto the other their own shadow. Are you following me on this? The Democrats are projecting their shadow upon the Republicans, and the Republicans are projecting their shadow upon the Democrats. And guess what? You are not your political affiliation. You're so much more than that. Do you get this? Man, I hope you do. Choosing to be Republican or Democrat is something you choose to do, an approach and an opinion you choose to buy into, but that's not who you are. Then we've got the heterosexual versus the homosexual, right? The lesbians and gays. Well, you know, and neither one of them like each other, and they're divided and they're different. And on and on and on and on and on. Well, let me tell you something. Please get this. There's only one humanity on this planet. There's not Chinese and American. There's not Persian and Canadian. There's none of that. We're all there's not Italian. There's not Jewish. All of those things are experiences that you have in this lifetime, but it's not who you are. And to the degree you define yourself by your separation and differences and divisions, then you experience fear. And the enemy becomes your brother and sister. Oh, here's a good one. Do you know that there's more bacteria and virus in your body than there are cells? That's a scientific, physiological fact. There's more bacteria and virus in your body than there are cells. What have we spent the last 8-9 months doing? Fighting a virus. You are a virus. You're organized bacteria. There's more bacteria and virus in your body than there are cells, but here's the separation. There's me, and then there's a virus. And so I got to live in fear of a virus. Even though I'm full of virus, even though I'm full of bacteria, I got to wash my hands, I got to hide, I got to wear masks, I got to separate myself. And guess what? Those people who don't buy into that, they become the enemy. No, they're your brother. They're your sister. Do you get this? It's time to take your power back. It's time to remember the things you've forgotten to remember and forget the things you've forgotten to forget. It's time to really know who you are. You are not your political affiliation. You're not your skin color. You're not your gender. You're not your sexual preference. You're so much more than that. You're not your religious identity either. That's just an experience you're choosing to buy into and to go through. And I have a respect for all of that. All of it. But there are powers in this world, guys, who are wanting to divide us. You know, there's the Me Too movement against the men, and there's the BLM against the whites, and there's this against this, and against this, and against this. And when is it going to stop? Now. It's an experience you're having. Yes, diversity is great. Yes, we should respect all differences. And yet, ultimately, we should understand that we're one. There's one humanity. This is true leadership, guys, and this is the leadership we need in this world. Do you agree with me? Never before, more so than right now, do we need great leadership. And so if this resonates with you, there's a link right above my head. Look, we're having an opportunity November 20, 21, 22 called Leadership for the Future. Because we need a different kind of leader for the future. We need a leader who's going to change the conversation in the world. We need a leader who's going to come from a perspective of awareness versus division and separation. Because division and separation causes fear. And people in fear give their power away. People who are divided are not whole. They're at fractions and factions with each other. Is this making sense to you? If it's resonating with you, November 20, 21, 22, we have an online via Zoom event called Leadership for the Future. 3 days that will literally change your life. 3 days to queue you up for 2021. 3 days to take your power back. 3 days. You know, do you understand that 16.2 million people in the U.S. alone prior to COVID circus were depressed? 16.2, and most were on meds. That number has skyrocketed in the last 8 months. You know what the number one cause of depression is? According to research, lack of meaningful work. Your work should be your love made manifest in the world. Life is too short to not be doing what you love. Come to Leadership for the Future and let us help you refine and define your purpose. Let us help you. 43% of the people surveyed are too exhausted to perform daily, according to Gallup. Let us help you get back into optimum health and fitness. Let us help you understand the hacks that you can immediately implement that can 10x, 20x your energy on the spot immediately, within just a week or so. Come and learn how to build a powerful community of people around you. God knows that we need a community now more so than ever. We need a community of growth-minded people, a community of leaders for the future, a community of people who are going to change the conversation, and to come from unity and oneness versus division and separation, to eradicate fear. Click the link above my head. It's the greatest investment you'll ever make. Let me tell you something. In times of turbulence, the greatest investment you can make for 2021 is not your rent. It's not grocery bills. It's not gold. It's not any of those things. The greatest investment you can make is in your own growth and development, in queuing yourself up and preparing yourself for a brand new approach to this world. Because if you think that it's not changing, you need to think again. If you think it's going to go back to normal after 8-9 months, you need to think again really hard. It's going to transition. It's going to be rough. There's going to be some rough times. It's going to be bumpy. And so you've got to prepare yourself to be able to weather the storm and to plug into what's truly vital and important. Let us help you. Click the link above my head and come join us at Leadership for the Future. November 20, 21, 22 on Zoom. It doesn't matter where you are in the world because you can join us via Zoom. We have people coming in from all over the world. We've removed all barriers to entry. The investment you'll make will return to you over 10 times over. Once again, thank you so much. I look forward to helping you lead your life, lead your business, take your power back in new, more productive ways. Just click the link, get all the details, and grab your seat. Also remember, please, to hit that share button. If this is something, a message that you believe needs to be heard right now at this turbulent time, this pivotal time in our world, then please just hit the share button and help me help you, help those you love and care about. I'll see you November 20, 21, 22. And until we touch base again, be a leader, live your purpose, and take your power back. God bless. Lots of love.